Hi, my name is Anna Renee, or Arnie, and this is my first YouTube video. Today I want to show you the sketchbook that I completed in the year 2025. 2025 was a big year for me. I moved across the state, I got a new job, I started to kind of reevaluate my routines and the way that I was making art and if it was working for me or not. And so I'll talk a little bit more about that as I go through my sketchbook, but it was a big year. And I did meet a goal of finishing a sketchbook, so yippee. This sticker and this sticker were made by Paloma the Peach. The other stickers, these are from like sticker books that I probably got at Target or online or something, and then I made this sticker myself. So opening it up, I like to kind of have a first page here that gives the context of what was going on in my life at the time that I was doing the sketchbook. Since sketchbooking is not really connected to any career for me at the moment, it really serves more as almost a journal of like what I'm interested in at the time, and my interests are widely impacted by what's going on in my life, and so I keep that context here. So the first page spread we have here is me testing out the grabby pens that I had just received, but I was just trying to test out mostly on like this separate page. This is glued in from one of the pages that marker brand sends with their markers. And I tried to do a landscape, and I wanted to figure out, okay, well, how do I make the trees look a certain way? And at the time, I was really proud of this drawing, and now looking back at it, it's not my favorite thing ever. Same thing with these kind of portraits over here. I will tell you, and maybe I don't even have to tell you, I didn't use reference photos. So that's kind of why they look lifeless and a little weird. But that's where we were in January of 2025, was not using reference photos. Full disclosure, I was working on nude models. So yeah. Then on the next page, we have an idea I had at the time about having a graphic novel where a teacher is teaching art. Surprise, surprise, she looks just like me. And there are ghost cats that follow her around and like say things to her that are just ironic or funny about the state of education and what it's like to be a teacher. And then this page, I drew like a little concept of what that might look like. Nothing else happened with this idea. I never went forward with it. It kind of just like came up and I drew it out, and then I didn't really feel like continuing with it. So I don't know. I think it's important to document the ideas you have, and if they don't stick, that's okay, but they can still have earned a spot in your sketchbook. This page, this orchid right here, I had drawn digitally probably in like 2022, and I had just gotten my color printer working, and so I printed it out and cut it out and collaged it with this scrapbook paper I had and drew a butterfly over it. Yeah, nothing super special, just kind of a page filler. And then we have this page, just another figure study. I laugh at myself a little bit because this was still in January, and I was like, oh, I really want to get good at drawing figures and doing figure studies. And then all the while I'm like not using references and not looking to anything for help. I'm just trying to go based off of what's in my head. My color printer was working, but it was out of magenta ink. And so I had printed this picture of my cat, and it had no magenta. So it was like all green. And I was gonna hang it on my wall because it's such a cute picture of him. But since it printed awkwardly, I was like, well, I'll just turn it into something for my sketchbook. This page, I just kind of collaged in random textured paper. If you go to like a Blick art store, they have these like mulberry scraps that are in like a little plastic baggie. In my Blick art store in the cities, they're like in like the kids aisle almost. But you can get a pack of like a bunch of random scraps of really interesting paper for like $5 or something. Then we have this page, and this is marking a turning point because this is a page where I had probably started to do things on and then took a huge break. I think between like January 15th of 2025 and probably like June, I didn't do any art at all, which is really upsetting. And I was kind of bummed at the time that I didn't have the energy or the time to do as much art as I wanted, but that's just the way the cookie crumbled. All my energy went into finishing off the year and deciding to move. Of course, I wasn't doing art. These stickers I had made myself. This one was from Hot Topic. This one's from a sticker book. That's Hot Topic. Just page filler. And then this is the major turning point. So I sat down in a coffee shop, and I don't think I have a date on this page, but it was probably June. And I just started thinking about how every time I had opened my sketchbook, I had this goal to fill the whole page with one thing that would be like the main idea. And I was like, what if I take the pressure off of myself and just think about clustering in smaller things? Just take that pressure off yourself, do little sketches, it's okay. And so I just kind of started pouring out all these little ideas onto the page. I did this sketch of myself based off of a selfie that I had at the time because I had just gotten a haircut, or rather cut my own hair. I had a lot of fun on this page, and it kind of clicked into place for me that I needed to change the way that I was thinking about my sketchbook and the way that I was practicing in my sketchbook. And so I think it was literally the next day, I went back to the same coffee shop and I drew again little chunks of random things in here. This was from the bookmark that my date had. This was the box of cards that I had brought with me. This was on one of the cards that I had in that card box. We also brought bananagrams. And I stuck to the same color palette to kind of make it more cohesive, but it's really not. It's a boat and a deck of cards and a banana bag. It's really not cohesive, and that's okay. Then literally the next day after that, you can see on July 2nd, I went back to the same coffee shop. Actually, it doesn't say that, but I know I went back to the same coffee shop. And I brought a sticker book with me to draw from. And so I looked at specific things in that sticker book and I tried to copy them. And yeah, I had fun doing that too. Oh, the next day, literally the same chunk of days, I went back to the same coffee shop with friends this time. And one of my friends had been fostering this tiny little kitten, and so I drew a picture of her hiding behind a blanket. And I'm still kind of working in that sort of cluster mindset of, okay, maybe frame off this section and don't worry about the page, just fill the section. And I did that just for this one page spread, and I finished that while we chatted and had pastries, and it was nice. Then the next day, surprise, this wasn't at a coffee shop, this was actually just at home. I know that because this is gouache paint. Very nonsensical, sort of brainless activity that I did. When I was done, I was like, okay, well, I want to outline these in my acrylic pens. I shouldn't have done that because if you look closely, you can see that the acrylic pens do not want to work on top of gouache, and maybe they just weren't dry enough, or maybe my pens were clogged, but it really wasn't the move. And that's okay, it's just a sketchbook. Then I have this page where I kind of collage in a bunch of random stuff. I made this sticker myself. These three were from a sticker book that I have. And then this is a print that I made. I've never done printmaking ever, and I randomly got myself the stuff to do it, and I made this print. And I was really excited about it, and then out of nowhere, I just didn't touch my printmaking stuff again, which is par for the course for me. I get it in my head that I really want to do something. I'm so excited about it, and I try it out, and I'm like, okay, that was cool, next. So yeah, well, I did this one, and then I also did kind of a logo idea for what I had wanted a YouTube account to be. This is Billie Eilish, although it doesn't really look like her. I think I mixed up a couple of the proportions in her face. It does look like a human being, which is great. I do think that it shows that I do have some skill with a pencil and with blending. But it doesn't show that I can make a picture look like who I intend for it to look like. Anyway, next page. yeah, I don't love this. I think the colors are almost good. I think the painting is lame, but it's just a sketchbook, so it doesn't matter. On the left side, we have just some colored pencil. I had gotten a blind box that had a beaver, and the beaver had a carrot in its mouth, which was really cute. Drew my cats. Me and my partner have this chant that we sing whenever we're about to like leave somewhere. Like if I go to my parents' house and we're about to leave, we go like phone, water, wallet, keys. And then it's gotta go home to Joan, Jett, and Matisse, because that's my cats, to make sure we don't leave any belongings behind. Next page. On this page, I was using references from Pinterest to look at animals, and I really just wanted to practice using 2 pens, quickly drawing, not worrying too much about what it looked like, just to get in some more practice. And I like this page enough. Anyway, next page I was practicing, I think this is gouache paints again. I was doing a gift bow. I wish that I could have like, kind of like if it was an iPad, I could zoom in and just make this take up way more space, because all this blue around it just like, it looks unfinished. And if I had just done the bow bigger, it would have been fine, but whatever. Anyway, oh, more gouache paints on this side. This was like right around the moving time. And so this was probably in the days before the move. I was working on, these were with like acrylic paint pens, and these were with gouache. And I was really proud of this page. I didn't really love the strawberry here, but I liked the duck a lot. And it was references from Pinterest. None of this is original. I was just working on transferring what I see onto a page. Oh, I guess before we moved, we did go up north because I brought my sketchbook on hikes with me. And like, this was like, I remember sitting across, we were at Tetigooch State Park, and I'd hiked like all the way down to the shore. And for those of you who are not from Minnesota and who have not been to Tetigooch, it's basically just like a park that's on a cliff, and there's like a lot of stairs. And so I went down all the stairs and I went right by the shore. I did a quick sketch. I don't love this at all. I actually really don't like it. Near Tetigooch is Gooseberry Falls, which is just waterfalls that lead down to the North Shore. And there's this one spot that if you've been there, you probably know the one where there's a break in the trees, and then you can see where the falls meet Lake Superior, and it's really gorgeous. And so I wanted to draw that, and I think I did an okay job. Not my favorite. I feel like I wanted to define some leaves more, but I think I did this like, I didn't do it at the park, but I did it at a coffee shop where we had like sat down to get breakfast. And so we weren't planning on sitting for an hour and a half, so I could make like a full-blown page of beauty. We just sat down quick so we could eat. Okay, I think there was actually something on this page that I covered up, so this might be like a bit before the move, but once I had moved, I got neon paint, and I just like fell in love with how vibrant it was. And then outside of my sketchbook, I did a painting of my cat that's hung up in my kitchen, and I felt like I put all my skills into one spot. I was like, wow, who knew I could do that? And the neon paint really made it pop. So yeah, sat down with a mentor teacher that I had worked with when I student taught and while I was teaching, and we sat down for coffee one last time before the move, and we kind of just chatted, and I drew and she drew. This is what I drew while we sat down. Also covered up something here. I'm guessing what I actually covered up was alcohol marker, and it bled through because I see a little bit of it right here. This was also with that mentor teacher. I just like really filled this all in with paint pen. And this is like a very skill-less kind of sketch for me to have done. Like this really like, it's colorful, it's nice. I'm not proud of it, but that's okay. This was definitely after the move. I think I had just set up a desk in the room I am in now, and I sat down and I used my paint pens and I just drew some pictures from Club Penguin because it was really nostalgic for me. Yeah, I love Club Penguin. I wish it never closed. Yep, and then I did some clothespins. Then I copied these from something I saw on Pinterest, so literally these aren't mine, I just copied them. But I think for me, something I've noticed is when I'm not feeling particularly inspired, what I really need is kind of a kick in the tush by just copying something and reminding myself like, yes, I do have skill. I can control a pen. I know what colors to pick out. I can draw. I think it's okay to copy in your sketchbook, as long as if you're showing other people, you tell them you copied it. And I even wrote, copied from Pinterest. Now, would it be even more ideal to find the exact artist who made it and how it wound up on Pinterest? Yes, it would. I will acknowledge that that's the move. However, Pinterest is a rabbit hole of people posting pictures that are not theirs, and so it is difficult. Then we have this page I did with paint pens, and I copied this from a picture I saw in a magazine. Yeah. And then this page was just one that I put together. This was my own composition, my own everything. I really didn't copy it from anywhere. It's not my favorite thing ever, and I think filling in the background with this sort of olive green color was the move, because without having filled in the background, it was going to look really unfinished. So yeah. Then I was practicing more with my neon paint, and I feel like this still needs something here. I don't know what that thing would be. And then this page, I was using an old gift card to scrape paint around, which is something I do love doing, just to like see how paint layers. And when you scrape it like across the page, it makes such a thin layer of paint and it dries like immediately. It's so fun. And I did it more on this page. Ta-da, you can see it. I drew myself and my partner on this page, and then on this page, I just did stuff that was really nostalgic, and I took references from pictures on Pinterest. So yeah. This page, this was my own idea. This is not taken from Pinterest. I wanted to draw stupid little guys, so I did. Yeah. Very cool. They look so stupid. And then this page, I think, was at a coffee shop that I went to. I was like feeling really uninspired at the time, and I was like, I just need like an in. I need to find something that will be easy enough to do, that I will feel like I completed something. And so I just covered a page in stickers. And I was thinking as I was doing that, and so I wrote down a little something here about what I want my sketchbook to be like for myself. Because even though I might post videos of my sketchbook, or I might show people in my life my sketchbook is not for them. My sketchbook is for me to express myself. So yeah. Then we have a drawing I did of myself from a 0.5 picture, and then around this time, actually probably a couple weeks before this, I got a job as a cake decorator, and so cake decoration took up a lot of my headspace. Around this time, I also started really enjoying doing alphabet fonts and alphabet sort of things. How can I make these letters look cohesive and like they belong together? What can I add to them? And so this one was kind of just adding the serif, or the little extra fancy bits on the edges, and then also some kind of like line or dart that went through the middle. I drew a still life of my partner's water bottle. I drew a still life of his hat. I drew him. Yes, and then you can see I have more bleed through, but cake decorating just took over my headspace and all my design ideas for a while, because when I had first started working as a cake decorator, I was like panicking, because I was like, oh my gosh, I'm gonna have to write happy birthday on so many things, and so I better be really good at writing happy birthday. So I think I spent I spent like a whole hour at my desk using a Sharpie creative marker and writing down happy birthday on Post-it notes, and then just like immediately putting the Post-it note aside and just going over and over and over, writing happy birthday. I think I took the best one I had at the time and I put it in one of the next, yeah, it's literally on this page right here. That's the best one I had at the time. I kind of covered it up with that, but yeah. And even looking at this now, this was probably in mid-October. I'm like, that's not my best. Why did I put that in here? My hand lettering has come quite a ways, because it had to, because there's no better motivation to learn something quick than someone handing you a cake and saying, can you write happy birthday on this? And they watch you do it, and you're doing it with frosting, not a pen. I practiced a little bit of like borders, and these are things I could do out of frosting if I wanted to. I really enjoyed practicing like getting the outline of her seashell looks that you would get on like a border of a cake. This page, I saved this postcard that I got from Paloma the Peach, because I ordered a silk scarf from her, and it came with this, and I was like, that's nice, I like that. So I taped it in my sketchbook. And then it also had like her cats and a nice thank you from her. Yeah, super sweet. And then I've just kind of collaged in some other stickers and post-it notes here. Yay, more alphabets. This is not super cohesive, but I do think there's something to be said about the color palette. And I think the first examples of me starting to hone in this color palette are like, you can see, I think it's like on this page that I start using like more of these colors, and then like they keep getting used. Not this page because this is collage, but I've figured out that if I just don't pack every color ever and I only pack the colors that I want to be used in my work, then my work will always have a cohesive color palette. And so I think if I dig around in my pencil case right now, or my little dolly that I bring with me when I go to a coffee shop, it won't have certain colors. Like it won't have yellow, but it'll have this like light green. I'll have to do like a little tour of what I bring with me when I go to a coffee shop. I don't know what this page is. Honestly, it's an embarrassment, but it's okay because it's a sketchbook and it's really not that embarrassing. What would be more embarrassing if it was blank. We'll put it that way. Yes, okay, I love this page. This page started with just like layering circles because I liked the way that these paint pens were layering where you can still see a little bit underneath it. And I just started like doing other things over this. This is inspired by like a little like dollop of frosting out of like a star tip. That's my cat. That's my partner. You can tell it's November because I wrote that down. This page is all about my cat. This is based off of like a really cute picture of the two of us. I love him. He's so cute, but he's also a menace. This is like kind of chaotic. I wish I had done more thinking when I was doing the lettering and the springs. More thinking going into this composition here would have been not a poor choice. I think I finished my sketchbook in this sitting that I had at the coffee shop where I started with this. I found this on Pinterest and I've seen it posted multiple times and I'm never sure like who the main person who posted it is, but they have a lot of other birds that they've done kind of in this style, not in these colors, but in this style. And I started this page and I decided over here that I wanted to, when I overlap the leaves, kind of make them look darker. And then I was like, wow, I really like that. And I enjoyed doing that. And so I did it on this page too. And so while this was something that I copied and put into my own colors and kind of applied my own style to, this was something that then I was able to transfer one thing that I liked and do it my own way here. And so that's another way that I make the argument, like, yes, it is okay to copy in your sketchbook. No, it's not okay to sell things that you copied. Like there's no way that I would be able to sell this as my own work. But when you are in your sketchbook and when you are in a space where you are trying to learn, copying is a really okay thing to do. But no, you can't take credit for somebody else's work. So I took this. It's not mine. I just practiced with it. Yep. Then we have another thing that I referenced from Pinterest, but I put it into my own colors and I used my own skills to put it from a picture onto paper. And so I can't deny myself all the credit just because I took it from a picture online, because I think I did a good job with that. And then this one, I saw a picture of a drawing of an apple that had these little stars in it and I was like, oh my gosh, that's so cute. And then my partner was like, isn't that from Fantastic Mr. Fox? And I was like, what? Because I'd seen that movie before, but I just totally forgot that there's like stars in the apple in that movie. And so this is inspired by that. And because it was like peak fall at the time, I also did a maple leaf with some stars in it as well. And I think I gotta give credit to Paloma the Peach. I don't think she was the first person ever to do this, but she started using like stars that were sort of like odd shapes, like not a perfect star. And not even like a 5-pointed star, but maybe like a 6-pointed one or a 7-pointed one in her work. And like, I just like fell in love with it because of the way that I saw her do it. And so I started doing it in my own work too. So yeah. And then this is, surprise. This is the last page. This is like that awkward page where it's like one page is still sketchbook and one is the back cover. And so around this time I had gone to a wedding in Milwaukee to see my cousin get married. And we went to the Milwaukee Art Museum, and these were the 3 paintings that I had just seen and fallen in love with. And so I bought postcards of them, proof, here's my receipt. And I put them in here because I just thought they were cool. I like this one because she's holding a cat. I love cats. This one I thought Matisse did it, like Henri Matisse, not my cat. And so I was surprised when it wasn't Matisse, humbled even. And then I liked this one a lot because it reminded me of a children's book series that I read a lot as a kid, like the Madeline. She's like a French orphan, but the illustration style is a lot like that in the book. So that's the end of my sketchbook. Yeah, and I've already started, pardon the lobster, I've already started my next sketchbook and I'm already like over halfway through. I'm that far into it and it's not even 2026 yet. Like it's been a month and a half and I've already busted through so much of this. So I don't know. Something about changing up the way that I was doing artwork in my sketchbook, whether it was the move or whether it was a change in pace with a different job, really kind of boosted the way that I was thinking about my sketchbook and the way that I was able to kind of perform and create stuff in it.